Okay, here we go again. Then maybe finish this act.
Seeker.
Just playing a little bit. Like this area looks cool, but I don't know. It's kind of annoying. I mean, it's kind of cool as a barbarian. You can really get around. Like, you know, like that. It's kind of cool. But okay. Here we go. I think the tomb I'm looking for. Okay, let's... do it. That may be it.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Was watching a review of
I am overburdened.
Rob Zombie's. I haven't watched it yet, but I was checking out a review of his new movie. Um, The Munsters, and I don't know. When I saw the trailer of that movie, I was like, "This movie looks so terrible." Like, I mean, I don't know, you know, I'm not a. I've watched the TV show a little. It's never my cup of tea, but. And you know, the show's in black and white, and he's doing in color. I don't know. Apparently, he's a huge fan of the original show, but I just that movie looks so terrible. It's, I don't know, and you know, I bet it's terrible. But I was watching a review from OCP Communications. Good channel. Seems like a good guy. Channel named after, of course, RoboCop. Which I also love the first RoboCop movie. Maybe that would be a good video to kind of break down how I feel about RoboCop 1 and 2. But anyways, the monsters, it's just, man, just looks so bad. Like, even for Rob Zombie, it's like, it looks cheap. And I know that they, like, I think they, like, built the house they're in, and, like, it looked like they actually did a lot, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the way it's lit. You know, lighting can go a long way. Like, I was watching this interview with James Cameron, and he was talking about how in the first Terminator, you know, he basically fired the whole lighting team, I guess, because they weren't lighting it well, and he was pissed at them. I think they were just like, whatever, like, who cares? This movie's like gonna suck anyways. He's like, you're fired. So I don't know. I think he may have hired some more people, but I think he kind of lit that movie himself. And I don't know. I don't know if that means did he fire the cinematographer too? I don't know, because I think the cinematographer kind of lights the scene. Yeah, lighting can. I mean, just lighting can be so important. I don't know. I'm just like, God, man, the movie looks so bad.
Good day.
I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it and like it, but you know, if I think the movie's not lit well, it's kind of like, where do you go? You know, I mean, usually in most movies are, I don't know, just it doesn't look competent. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's the costumes too. Just looks terrible.
I am overburdened.
But yeah, he wasn't a fan of the movie. I don't know. Has that movie got like any good reviews? I haven't looked up its Rotten Tomatoes score, but
I need mana.
Blessings to you.
Hello.
hopefully it's good. It looks terrible, but I don't know. I've watched more Addams Family, but So this was it, I guess. I was kind of like not sure. All right, this guy's always pretty difficult. This giant creature. Oh wow, he already kills him. Oh man. Man. That guy's always difficult. It's so funny, like some of the bosses are just not, it's just easy, so easy, and some are just so difficult. I don't know, I guess in Diablo 4 it's kinda, they're upping the bosses kind of thing, but I don't know. Hopefully it's good. I just have a feeling I'll like this the best. But yeah, the monsters, yeah. I guess at least they look like the monsters. They're not like a bunch of, I don't know, hillbillies. It's kind of his thing.
Looking for bail.
Oh my. Let's up this.
Yes, citizen.
I don't know what else is coming out.
Not in town.
Probably eventually watch them. Oh wow, it's just, he just dies instantly. Oh. Of course. Yeah, I don't even know if I can defeat this guy. It's like with my sorceress, I'm like stuck at the end of Act 5, Nightmare mode. Let's see, I don't know, can I open anything? Let's do that. Proves, well, we'll do a point of that. Some good passive skills. Barbarian's a fun class, though. Very mobile. Just instantly do that. Come on, come on. Fighting a giant slug monster.
How may I help you?
Hello. Good evening.
I'm also a big fan of Star Trek. Uh, and I don't know, some people are saying that, like, is it season 3 of Picard is actually really good. And I was like, really? Because I watched the first couple episodes of Picard, and I don't know, I thought it was just terrible. Man. That was just terrible. And I watched the first season of Discovery, and thought that was terrible. Like, that was, like, insultingly bad. Like, you have this character, Michael Burnham, and, like, she could just do anything, basically. Could do no wrong, and she's, like, a terrible person, and she's, like, lecturing everyone about what Star Trek is at the end of the first season. I just remember, like, she's like, this is... Oh, she's like, this is Starfleet. And I was just like... What did she want to do? She, like, wanted to, like, genocide, like, a bunch of, like, I think the Klingon homeworld she wanted to. And what they did to the Klingons, I mean, that is a... Oh, what is that? I guess maybe they fixed it in Picard Season 3. They gave some excuse.
Good evening.
I don't care. Like, what is that? Like, what are they? It looks just... I mean, who... I don't know. What are they doing? It's just so bad. And to be fair, there was like one episode I thought was pretty good. It was with that guy that was in The Office. I thought that was a... His name is Dwight. Man, I keep forgetting to go get my mercenary. And he kills instantly, but I guess it gives me like a few seconds. So I don't know. I know some people are saying that
Let's trade.
Strange New Worlds is pretty good. So maybe. That looked kind of cool. He was in the first season of Discovery. Is that Pike? Commander Pike? Captain Pike? So, that guy was good. He's kind of like Kirk-esque, kind of, but I don't know. I'm kind of interested in that, but I
Who goes there?
just after Discovery, I was just, I don't know. And then the first couple episodes of Picard, I was just like, this is just bad. Just a shame. It's like I'm a big fan of jeez. Of The Next Generation and
Ask.
Deep Space Nine. I mean, you know, there's even some good Enterprise. I don't know. I used to be a fan of Voyager. I don't know how much it holds up, but I used to like it. Probably doesn't hold up very well. A lot of people say it's terrible, so I don't know. There's got to be some good episodes, though. But it's like, I'd rather watch that than Discovery. Oh, man. She like wanted to like genocide, I think, like the Klingon homeworld, and it's just like, what? Like, this is not what Starfleet's supposed to be doing.
Honored to serve you.
I watched it. I was just watching it all, just shocked how bad it was. Like, I was like, really? They spent like tons of money. And like, and they're like traveling. They're like traveling through space on like a spore network. I don't even know. I was like, what? Like, how many? Like, how do they come up with this stuff? And I remember describing it to one of my friends. Like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. I was like, yeah, but it's not. It's like, I mean, I get like, what are they like on magic mushrooms and travel? Wow, I really hate this boss. Like, luckily he doesn't really heal much. So okay, let's go get. Wait, this is it. But I don't know. I was just, and then like apparently they stole that idea. Maybe I don't know. This I know that I know they were sued. Allegedly, they stole the idea from some video game I've never heard of. But who knows? I don't even know if it's true. I wonder what happened to that. But I think they were sued. So
Not in town.
and it's like, really, you're stealing? I don't know. Like, it's a terrible show. Like, it's so bad.
Allow me to advise you.
I don't know. And then in Picard, I mean, spoilers, but he's like an android or something. He's not even like Picard. It's like they put his body into like a machine, and like, what? So it's like not even the real Captain Picard, which makes me be like, season 3's good. Like, how can you fix that? He's not even the actual guy. Alright.
Hello.
That's so bad. But yeah, it's just too bad. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of maybe checking out season 3 of Picard. But then it's like, don't I have to watch 1 and 2? And I think the Critical Drinker was. I think even he said it's pretty good. So I don't know. I think he said maybe just skip 1 and 2. But like, really? Serial. So I. But yeah, the old Star Trek movies, like, not a big fan of the first one. It's just kind of slow and I think kind of boring. I mean, it's like they're trying to make like 2001: A Space Odyssey, which the director has admitted that. But it's just like you ain't Stanley Kubrick. I don't know. That's a movie I mean,
I have failed. Diablo
I think
has
almost
freed
every
his
Kubrick
cursed
movie's
brother. The world remains at their mercy.
But there's that. I've watched the extended director's cut too, and I don't know. I'm just not into it. But
Good. You have proven
it has some interesting ideas,
this is
and then Wrath of Khan's the best, I think.
greetings.
Most people say that. And then Star Trek 3 is good. I like it. Directed by Leonard Nimoy. And Star Trek 4 is fun. It's a fun movie.
Good day. This is
5's pretty bad. Directed by William Shatner himself.
citizen.
And it's funny, I heard in an interview that he got to be able to direct it because it was like in his contract. Like, basically, like, whatever Leonard Nimoy got, he got. So I think they got paid exactly the same. And Leonard Nimoy directed 3 and 4, I believe. So Shatner was kind of like, oh, I want to direct one.
Greetings.
And then they're like, because, I mean, Nimoy's directed a couple other things, too. So, like, he's a legitimate director. Or was, R.I.P. Fortunately, dead. But, I think they're kind of like, well, but you're not a director, William. He's like, well, it was like a legal thing. He's like, I'm going to sue you if you don't let me. I don't know if that's true, but where did I hear that from a Nimoy interview years ago? So they let him, and it's bad because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's kind of just a weird concept. They're like going to find God. I don't know. I'm not sure Star Trek should. It's an area they should voyage.
I'm sorry,
But you know, watching that, there's some enjoyment because of the cast. You know, especially like Bones. I love that character. He's so great. That was probably maybe the best part of the J.J. Abrams trilogy was Carl Urban as Bones. That was good casting. He's awesome. I mean, I even like, you know, what's his name? Whatever, the guy who plays Shatner. I think he did a good job too. It's just that, you know, like the writing wasn't quite there. The first movie's fun, has a bunch of plot holes, but it's a fun movie.
You have done very.
The second movie's pretty bad. I mean, it's a remake of Wrath of Khan, but bad. It's like so many movies rip off Wrath of Khan. That's just legitimately a great movie. Like, even if you've never watched Star Trek, I feel like you could, even if you've never watched any of the other movies, any of the TV show, you can sit down and watch that and enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe not. I think so, though. It's you know, it's a simple plot. You have a good villain. Shatner's great. You understand what happened.
Greetings. Jaren tells me.
All right, on to Act 3. Just skip this.
Greetings. Welcome to Karath.
I've not set foot in glorious.
I accidentally did that. Need to fix that. Yeah, a big fan of Wrath of Khan. So yeah, 5's terrible. Some good acting, some good scenes between, you know, the main cast, but and 6 I think is really good. Very good movie. I mean, I think it's almost as good as 2. The same director as 2 also. I'd say it's almost as good. Sometimes I'm like, maybe better. I don't know. Probably slightly not as good, but almost. I mean, you know, you have Shatner, he's just filled with rage against the Klingons because they killed his son in 3. And the Klingons need help, and he's kind of just like, let them die. It seems like it's so intense when he says that. Like, just, wow. I know some people don't like that scene, so like, he would never do that, and it's like, I buy it. It's you know, it's kind of a cautionary tale about don't let anger allow it to take you over. But that scene's so great. Is it with Spock? And he's like, or his bones say it to him. I forget. It's like, but Jim, they're dying. He's like, let them die. But you know, Star Trek just has this reputation of kind of just. I think it gets a kind of a bad rap. It's like people just think it's just for nerds and. I mean, I don't know. Like the new Star Trek honestly looks terrible, but there's a lot of good old Star Trek. It's like just really good, solid writing. Like, I think it's kind of based on these old set of books about naval combat in like the 1700s or maybe early 1800s. British naval combat. And that's kind of what it is, you know? But in space.
What a strange little statue.
Yeah, you watch Star Trek Discovery. And, well, I'll just stick to the original movies for now, and then you have Star Trek Generations, and that movie's terrible. I mean, what a wasted opportunity that was. You got Picard, you got Shatner, but it's just bad.
I am overburdened.
Spoilers, how they kill Shatner is just, that is insulting. he just dies on some scaffold. He falls off some scaffolding in the middle of the desert. And I don't even know. What is the villain even doing in that movie? He's like trying to live forever or something. That's a good riff tracks. That is a good riff tracks. What's the villain in that? Oh man, he's in Clockwork Orange. But I think in the riff tracks they're like, how does this guy choose scripts? They're like, what does he tell his manager? I only take the worst written movies possible. Because I like that actor, but you know, you look at his career, I mean, he's just been in so many bad movies. I mean, Star Trek Generations, terrible. He's in both Halloween, Rob Zombie Halloween. I mean, pretty bad, especially the second. That's a whole other thing, like what they do to that character. I really don't like what they did to that character, like in Rob Zombie's Halloween. I mean, it's like they turn him into this cheap money grubbing guy who doesn't even really care about his patients. Like he just writes books about them so he can make a bunch of money, which I don't know. It seems highly unethical. I don't know. He just writes books about him, and I think he basically says, like, I don't really care about him. And, mean, the original Halloween. I mean, even the sequels with Donald Pleasance, like he cares. It's like he's a good guy. Like he hates Michael because Michael's pure evil. But yeah, the guy in Star Trek Generations, he's just been in so many bad movies. It's incredible. There's many more too. I mean, he's in Caligula, bad movie. I'm not drawing a blank. What else? But just tons of bad stuff. And it's too bad. I mean, he's a good actor.
I am overburdened.
I mean, Clockwork Orange. That's a good movie. I mean, yeah, a very dark and messed up movie, but Kubrick was the man. But then you go into the next generation Star Trek movies. And I like First Contact. I know Red Letter Media, I think they really don't like that movie because they're like, Picard's out of character. Which, they have, I think, a decent point, but I think they kind of overblow it a little bit. But still, there's some great scenes in that movie, like when he's like talking to Worf. And he like calls him a coward. Just so good. It's like if you were any other man. Worf's a great character. But yeah, and then you get into Insurrection, Star Trek Insurrection, and not a very good movie. And then you get into what's after that? Nemesis, pretty bad. Has a young Tom Hardy in it though. Star Trek Insurrection's funny because when they released it, I guess like a bunch of the VFX weren't finished. And then is there only 3 of those? The TNG ones? I guess so. I thought there was 4. Well, I guess you count Generations, right? So that's... Yeah, Generations. That movie's so terrible. huge, just wasted. But then you have the JJ movies, you know, and he directed 2 of them, and it's funny, the one he didn't direct, I thought was the best one. But like I've said, I'm not a huge JJ Abrams fan. Like I don't think he's like the worst ever. Like some people are a little too extreme about it. Like I don't know. Just copying Spielberg but without, I don't know, without the brains. I'm not sure. It's like Spielberg is way better. Like he could never direct like a Indiana Jones all 3 Indiana Jones movies I like. I think they're all very good. I mean, I love Temple of Doom even. I think some people don't like that movie. I'm like, I think the movie's awesome. I mean, is it dark? Yeah, it's dark. So what? Yeah, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, you know, Into Darkness, you got Peter Weller, you got RoboCop in it, and he's just wasted, I think, and it's too bad. I mean, that's a cool idea. Okay, let's have RoboCop as I think he's pretty much the main villain. But there's just some stupid stuff like they can transport like anywhere in the galaxy. And it's like, well, then you just ruined space travel. Right? I mean, it kind of makes a lot of things pointless in Star Trek. It's kind of like what Ruin Johnson did in The Last Jedi.
I am overburdened.
Like by having ships that can just warp into each other and kill each other.
I am overburdened.
Just so stupid. And I just hate people that defend it. They're just like, oh, well, who cares? They're space wizards anyways. It's like, that is... It's like, so you can just do anything and it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Makes no sense. Just totally ruined everything. Oh well. But in Star Trek Into Darkness, I think they can basically teleport anywhere. Whereas before, it was really controlled, it was limited, you know. I mean, they wouldn't even transport a lot of times to a planet because, like, there was a storm or this or that. It's difficult to do. You know, you could, like, you know, beam people off of a ship that's about to blow up. You can beam onto a ship if you knock out their shields or whatever. See, those are called rules. And they basically follow them, like in TNG and Deep Space Nine. I mean, basically, I don't know, maybe there's a couple episodes more, but in a movie, you know, it's like, come on. Just not a big fan of those 3 movies. Like, there's some good casting going on, but, you know, the cast is trying.
I am overburdened.
I mean, I know they've been talking about making a 4th one for a long time. I mean, I'd be interested in it. I mean, like, you know, the cast is pretty good. But probably won't happen. know J.J. Abrams said he never was really a fan of Star Trek. And he moved on to Star Wars right after. And then, you know, Ruin Johnson came in and kind of just ruined it. But I don't know. Anyways, Star Trek Beyond, the third one, I thought that was the best one. I think the villain was Idris Elba, like behind tons of makeup, but he was good.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, speaking of Carl Urban, I heard he was just cast in the Mortal Kombat sequel, which I still haven't watched the new Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Most people said it was okay, so hopefully it's. And he's Johnny Cage, so that's cool. Never really saw him as Johnny Cage, but you know, he's a really good actor. Great Marsh. Go talk to this guy.
Being a barbarian, I'm sure you've seen many praise you. That jade figurine will complete.
Go. I've.
Oh.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, well, we've been going for about an hour. Probably call it pretty soon, but... You know, oh, I guess I missed the Great Marsh. Okay, gotta find that. But, I don't know, hopefully this Picard is, you know, better. I don't know how you fix some of that stuff, but... I know they brought back a lot of the original, the TNG cast, and... You know, you got Riker that's back, and... Riker's another awesome character. Great guy. Damn, just great writing. It's like Beverly Crusher. You know, she's awesome. Beautiful woman. Great doctor. You know, she has a romance with Picard. It's just great. Oh no. Jeez, those little guys. Brutal.
Hello.
Not here.
Hello there.
You know, Worf, just great characters, and then Worf goes into Deep Space Nine too, and Cisco, great commander, right? It's a space station, but then he becomes a captain because of the Defiant.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't know. Hopefully, Star Trek gets better. I mean, I gotta finish. I gotta watch Strange New Worlds at least, or at least check it out. Level 22. And I actually heard when they were trying to figure out who to cast as Captain Picard, like they didn't really want to cast what's his face? But you know, he's perfect because they're like he's bald, and I think they were thinking of putting a toupee on his head, and I'm so glad they didn't, because they're going from Kirk to that. It's like a big change, you know. But it's like, well, good. I mean, what do you want? Just the same character? So yeah, it's like him with some bad toupee on. That would have been, oh man, I'm glad they didn't do that. How am I blanking on his name? Yeah. You know, he's also Professor X too. Which, you know, a lot of people now are like, don't like those movies because, you know, it's going to be rebooted by the MCU and stuff. And I don't know, I'm like, you know, the first movie is decent. I mean, the second movie I think is really good. I mean, if you can get past that they're in like leather jumpsuits, but you know, whatever. Like the writing's really good, and third movie's bad. And First Class I liked, and Days of Future Past I liked. So. Patrick Stewart, that's it. But yeah, they were like, I don't know if we can cast him. He's, you know, this kind of uptight English guy, and he's bald. But luckily they did, and didn't put a toupee on his head, so... Great. I think after we get my bodies...
Good day.
Over here, hopefully. Ow. Man. Come on. Come get me.
I can't carry anymore. am overburdened. I am overburdened. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
As I told.
Good day.
I hate when it does that. It's like, come on. But alright, I think we'll call it there. So, thanks everyone. Like and subscribe if you can. And hope everyone has a good night. Night.